So I've already discussed a little bit that the individual chat sessions are siloed. They're completely walled off from one another, which means that, if I have a session here about a Python tweet or a JavaScript tweet rather, if I make a new chat and I try and reference anything from that previous session, it's not going to know what I'm talking about. It will still probably come up with some output, but I could say, what did I just ask you to do? And it says, you asked me to do something, but I don't have the ability to retain previous interactions. That's actually kind of true and kind of not true, because if I gave it the same prompt over here, it knows what I just asked it to do. You asked me to write a tweet to market your new course on JavaScript programming. What's happening here is that every single time I write a prompt to ChatGPT, all of the contents of the whole chat are actually being fed back to ChatGPT. So it's not really just providing this, what did I ask you to do? It's actually providing this input and this output, then this input. It's giving it the full context. So on its own, the GPT models don't have memory. They don't know what I just asked them. Instead, what happens is the application feeds the entire chat transcript every time through as that transcript grows. So it functions like it remembers what I was asking it about, but it has no real memory. So just keep that in mind. And this also comes into play when you start writing really long prompts and long conversations. You will hit a limit, and we'll discuss this more in a future video. You'll hit a limit where it actually runs out of context. It runs out of space. There is a hard limit, there's a cap on how many tokens the full conversation can take up. And then, of course, each one of these chats is separate and no context is shared between them. And that makes sense because there is no real memory, as we just discussed. Instead, the full chat session is fed through every single time we talk to the model. So all of this data is fed through when I'm typing down here, and all of this information is fed through when I'm typing here, but there's no cross-pollination.